Dave the Diver is a fantastic game, but for all my fellow completionists out there, I like to measure games by a different metric. How good are they to complete? In this video, I'm going to be covering how to get the last couple hardest achievements to help you decide whether it's worth going for the platinum or not. First up is the only missable achievement in the game. It's called Ration Eater. This is done on board a submarine about halfway through the main story. There is a brief stealth section, very reminiscent of the Splinter Cell series. So all you need to do is, there's a specific point where you will walk past an interactable object on the floor. Just make sure that you actually press the button and do it. Otherwise, you can't come back, so you'll have to reload a save or go all the way back round again. So just make sure you get this done. Next up is Sea People Historian. This is for capturing all of the Sea People murals with your camera. Now, I believe this part of the game is slightly bugged in the main missions, because even though you're supposed to do all of them as part of a mission, you can skip them. I think the one that you'll probably have missed is this one here, which is mural number 4. You get to this by heading to the central room with the giant mirror lens in it first, and then heading to the west. If you just complete the puzzle again and then head on through, and then you should see that floating camera symbol. That tells you that you haven't actually logged that as one of the murals in your log yet. So there you go. You just need to take the photograph and then you're all good. It won't pop straight away. You do need to return to the surface before the achievement pops, and you'll also get a brief bit of story dialogue, which should have played much earlier. That's why I think it's bugged. So yep, that cleans that up. Next up is Leadership. Now, this says that the achievement is to train employees to level 20, but all you need to do is level a single employee to level 20. So don't do what I did and get everyone to level 15 before you realise you only need to get one person to level 20. That will cost you a lot more money than you ever needed to spend. So just focus on one member of staff and get them to level 20, and that's all you need to do to get this achievement. Next up is God of Lightning. This is to catch a fish with Mjolnir. Now, Mjolnir can only be found in the glacial area at the very bottom of the map, and it can only be unlocked from this case of ice if you have either got a pickaxe or you have leveled your diving knife to level 3. Now, it's a lot easier to just upgrade your diving knife before you attempt this. Don't do what I did and realise that you need a level 3 diving knife and not have one when you actually find it. So that'll save you a lot of grief looking for a pickaxe once this actually spawns. The tricky bit is just that the random nature of the procedural generation means that actually getting the block of ice to spawn is just a trial and error. So just make a point of going to the glacial area and doing a lap round it every day until you finally get it to show up. Once you do and you've freed it from the ice, you just need to use it to kill a fish. As you can see, Mjolnir does have this chain lightning effect. I believe the chain lightning doesn't count for the achievement. What you need to do is actually kill a fish with the hammer itself. So if you've killed a couple fish and it's not popped yet, don't get frustrated. You just need to stick with it and get a blunt hammer kill, I think, is what triggers it. So there you go. Next we have Catman, which is to feed the cat 20 times. So when you're diving underwater, the chests will randomly spawn cat food. The main thing is that you're on the lookout for it and picking it up as often as possible, and also going, because you can only feed the cat once a day. So the sooner you start doing this, the quicker it's going to be. And you just need to make a habit of coming to Bancho Sushi during the day and taking a second or two to feed the cat. After feeding it, I believe 5 times, a new pair of cats is adopted in Bancho Sushi, and you just need to start feeding the young kitten instead of the adult cat. Next we have Strange Fish, which is for capturing 5 Fishmon. Now, getting to unlock the Fishmon is not 100% clear. Udo at some point will start requesting the Fishmon catches. It's probably some combination to do with taking photos of fish underwater and also capturing as many unique species of fish as you can. So just plug away at those until Udo is prompted to start asking for the Fishmon. How it works is once a week he will give you specific instructions on how to catch the Fishmon and where you will catch it. It's clearly indicated on your heads-up display that you can catch one of them, and also it gives you a ping where the actual Fishmon is located, so that's not too difficult. There will also be a very specific hint on how to catch the Fishmon, so just make sure you follow that and do it 5 times. Again, this is one where the sooner you can unlock this, the less of a grind it's going to be at the end of the game, so just get it done as quickly as possible. Last and very much least, we have GYAO Master. This is tied to a frankly awful Tamagotchi style game where you constantly have to babysit these fish on the phone. So what you want to do is, as soon as this unlocks, which is very late in the story, which is also a massive piss take, head into the app and you're presented with this screen. The key is to use the manage feature at the bottom after the egg is hatched, and basically you want to make sure you keep its hunger levels up by feeding it. You want to play with it so that its heart levels are full. Whenever you're prompted in the bottom left by that shocked face, it basically means you need to do something. You need to also heal it whenever a purple skull comes up. You need to clean it whenever there's a fucking turd in the corner. And you need to turn the lights off whenever you're going into the night. So yeah, it's set up so that there'll always be an indicator in the bottom left of your screen if something does need doing. Once you've fully grown your GYAO, it will turn from a kind of generic looking fish into like a dolphin or something along those lines. And then at that point, you just have to ignore the app and let the fish die. That takes best part of a week in-game as well. So it really does take a long time. So once it does unlock, just start focusing on this and getting it done as quickly as possible because it is extremely tedious. This achievement is one which goes a long way in affecting my rating of achievements for this game because, you know, this is long after the point where you've finished the story and done anything else of any real interest. So I'm going to be fairly harsh on it here and give Dave the Diver a 3.5 out of 5 as a completion rating.